maybe what needs to be done?
Thank you very much. First of all, I appreciate the diversity of opinion that we are having on the subject matter. I think the first thing I think, and from where I sit, is that everyone and people who lost their lives, not just in the protest of the finance bill, but for every other protest, deserve time to be allowed to commemorate the people that they lost. The least we can do as a country is want to politicize such a matter. Because most of the time when we talk about such matters, one of the hardest things in Kenya today is to be an honest and genuine person. Because for your comment, we must box it into political context. Because the truth is that once people have lost lives, they have families. The feeling that those families have is way more important and higher than the feeling of the rest of us. It does not matter how much one talk about it. Unfortunately for us as a country, every time one talk about the people who lost their lives and the people who have been hurt in demonstrations, the voice that we give the utmost attention is the voice of the activists and all the rest of us who are not directly affected. And then we forget the voice of those ones who are directly affected. And that's why for me, for such conversations, those ones who are directly affected really are the ones to be listened to. Compensation, should they be compensated or not? It should not be more about my opinion and your opinion and the opinion of another person. Our opinion should not rank higher than the opinion of those people who actually lost their people, because most of the time, our opinions are politically charged. I come from a place where when I was in the streets, when we were in the Azimio days and the ODM days, when I was that side of the political terrain, one of the things that we constantly asked for is Raila Odinga always asked for compensation of the victims of the violence, including the post-election. The cornerstone conversation, in fact, we have always said that the people who lost their lives during post-election violence need to be compensated. No government has ever done it. It has always been a story every time. It's just a headline. It's a subject of political rhetoric in the rallies. And so, as one of the people who does not do doublespeak, I find it so weird that today, when there is a government that wants to do it, I want to now say that compensation is not important. That will be doublespeak. We have been insisting on compensation all this time. Someone has chosen to do it. When they choose to do it, because it does not favor my side of the politic, I run away and then say, no, compensation is not important. But I'm the same person who has been saying, let them be compensated. And true, as the sun rises from the east, the truth is that compensation is not justice. That is also true. But who has the responsibility of justice? Because we must also be able to point our fingers where the blame is. Because when we talk about justice, we talk about the judiciary. But the problem with us as a country is we talk compensation, we blame executive. We talk justice, we still want executive. So we want the president to compensate. We also want the president to provide justice. But we also want the president not to interfere with the functions of other arms of government. It becomes counterproductive. Then we are more or less
advice. There's a way ladies normally say nasikia sijui aje. So maybe that is the feeling of Kenyans. We don't know what we want. Is that the feeling?
The feeling. That's why I started by telling you that one of the hardest ways to live in Kenya today is to be genuine and honest. Because when someone raises their genuine concern over something or their genuine opinion over something, the first thing we do is to label them. So today we think that when you say compensation is the right thing to do, you are a two-term person.
But how many wangapi walikuwa nafikiria hivyo, by the way? Si hivyo ndio tunafikirianga.
So the conversation then loses sight. We lose sight of the reality of the conversation. Then it's now not about the reality of the issue. Because is compensation right or wrong? It is not about which political side are you. And if all of us are genuine about each other, we will be able to understand that it is okay for people to be compensated, because that is one thing we've said all through. Even courts give compensation. Rigathi was just given 50 million the other day. Even the courts have been able to allocate compensation in several instances where they will be able to say, your rights were violated, and because of this, we are saying you should be paid 2 million shillings. You should be paid 50,000 shillings. We have never said that is wrong. That has always been there. Sometimes, even yourselves, someone has done a wrong thing to you, and you feel like, okay, fine, this already happened, and someone says, by the way, I'm so sorry. Just to show you how sorry I am, I have been able, let me give you this. It does not replace justice. But the problem is sometimes we think that it's a replacement of justice. But justice, and there's also this mentality that we have, and I've had this statement so many times, you kill them, then you pay them. And my question has always been, who killed them?
I mean, you say to shoot in the legs.
So who killed people? Because people are not killed by governments. They are killed by people. Yeah. So if a policeman has shot someone dead, that is a policeman who should be held to account. Okay. It is in the same way.
No, please restrain yourself. I shall allow you time to respond, please. Yes, just keep your questions. I'll give you opportunity.
I will address all those concerns.
I'll give you time to ask questions. By the way,
we have so many people who have died courtesy of decisions of the judiciary. Did we say government has killed them? Okay. So we must be able to lay the blame. We must be able to have conversations that are contextual, not emotional. Okay. The reason why you are so interested in speaking now is not because your height of reason is high. It's because your height of emotion is high.
Advice, please leave it.
And that's why when a policeman has been able, that's what I'm telling, we must be very, very far. Because most of these emotional things, they don't help us solve the problem. So we become annoyed and say, government has killed people, fine. Then after we get annoyed, actually nothing happens. And then later on, then we say, but the police have not been held accountable. You see, we are saying the police, it must be specified. It's this person and this person and this person. I'm not saying they should not be held to account, but I'm saying let's point the fingers the right direction. When we say 3 people, I saw the report, and the report said only 3, I think.
Yeah, 3 currently.
3 have been held to account or something like that. And we got so furious. But my question is, furious to who exactly? Because we should be able to be furious to the judiciary and ask, you the judiciary, since these things came to you, what have you been able to do? And then when we get context, we'll also understand that this delay is happening for so many Kenyans. It's only that this thing is the one that is highlighted. We have people outside there who are waiting for cases about the inheritance that their parents left them. And the case takes too long until they also die without having that inheritance in the first place. Yeah? So can we be able to then focus on the major issue and say, what is the issue with the judiciary? Yeah? We have so many people today who are struggling with court cases left, right, and center. We have people who have not been paid their pensions just because of some issues around the court system. And they are waiting for a very long time. So if we were very objective, we'll be able to use this delay to question the judiciary about so many other delays. But because we most of the time want to only hold emotional conversations, we only want to say only 3 have been done. And then who do we blame? William Ruto.
Thank you, advice. Thank you, advice for that. And normally we say, trading that all that you know is not all that you should know. So today we are going to be challenged, and it is our hope that by the time you are leaving this place, you shall have learned something. We say you unlearn, you learn, and then you relearn. So at this moment, I want to bring in Joanne, and if you're watching for the